Hi, everybody. So I'm back tonight with another album review. And tonight I'm talking about a Barbra Streisand album called The Broadway Album. And I love the Broadway album. Really, really wonderful. So this came out in 1985. And this is just so wonderfully fantastic. So this could also have been called Back to Broadway, if you think about it as well, because she was coming back to Broadway. She had done a lot of like kind of pop sounding albums before this, and her last real like Broadway type albums were mainly in the 1960s. Um, but she comes back and she does the Broadway album, and it's so beautiful, so very beautiful. Um, so the first song on the album is Putting It Together. She's like bit by bit putting it together. And she's talking about the creative process, and that is completely what the song's about. Just the creative process, how it's a process going through putting every little bit together. Goes back and forth. There's a dialogue in the song with these guys who are like producers or something, and she goes back and forth with them talking about different aspects of the music industry and recording and everything. It's a wonderful, wonderful song. I love that song. Okay, so then there's If I Loved You. Gorgeous, really just very pretty. Um, very pretty. And Rita Moreno had also done this as well. And her version was absolutely pretty too. It's just some very, very pretty songs. Okay, then there's Something's Coming. And she's like, Something's coming. She's like on the edge of her seat because it's on the verge of happening. Something good is about to happen. She just knows. She has faith and hope that something good is coming in her life. She just knows it's going to come true for her. And so that's very positive and very wonderful and beautiful as well. Then the next one is Not While I'm Around. And in this one, she's talking to her child. And she's saying, you don't have to worry about anything trying to harm you because nothing's going to harm you while I'm around. And so it's a very maternal and beautiful song, kind of like one of those songs you would play on Mother's Day. It's really nice. I love that pretty song. Okay, so then there's Being Alive, and in this song she's talking about like she needs somebody to kind of like mess up her life just a little bit. Somebody to sit in her chair and make her aware of being alive, somebody to um just rouse up her life and just make her feel alive. And so that's a very poignant and very pretty song as well. Okay, so then this next one is a long medley. It's a medley of 3 songs. I Have Dreamed, We Kiss in a Shadow, and Something Wonderful. And she starts off talking about how they kind of rendezvous in secret, her and this guy, and then she's like how she dreams what it could be, and then she's talking about how sometimes he says things that are not right, but then every now and then he'll say something wonderful. And it's just very extremely, extremely beautiful. Very beautiful. And also I wanted to mention the production on that song is fantastic. It's gorgeous. It kind of has a feeling of like the last song Somewhere. It kind of has that kind of feel to it with the production. Okay, so then the next one is Adeline's Laments. And in this song, this is a funny little song. She's playing this woman who's like got a cold, and she believes that her cold is because she's single and doesn't have a man. So she's looking up all these remedies for her cold. It's very interesting. And Barbara puts on like a cold voice, like a I got a cold in my nose and type thing that she did, a funny lady. I got a cold in my nose, kind of thing. She kind of puts on one of those voices, one of those cold voices. It's cool. Okay, so then there's Send in the Clowns. That gorgeous, gorgeous song. Everybody loves it, and I love it so much too. It's really, really pretty. She's like, "Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Um, you know, this timing so late in my career and stuff. It's gorgeous. I love that pretty song. She did Sin in the Clowns on on her live album right after this, One Voice, along with some other songs on this album. And it was just gorgeous hearing it live as well. Really pretty. Very, very nice. Okay, so then the next one is Pretty Women, The Ladies Who Lunch. It's a medley. Pretty Women, The Ladies Who Lunch. So she's talking about these women who are like real like upper crust ladies, and they're just kind of like snobby in the song, and that's what the song's about, these snobby women. Okay, and then the next song is Can't Help Loving That Man. That pretty song. Man, that's gorgeous. Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine. What a pretty song that was. Really, really fantastic. And so beautiful. I love that real pretty song. Okay, so then the last song is Somewhere. And this is so completely magnanimous. It's very magnanimous, very gorgeous, and just really enthralling and awesome. It puts a lot of awe in your mind. Somewhere does. It makes you just feel like you're zooming through the galaxy or something. It's very intense. But what the song is about is coming together in peace and harmony and love. One day, someday, we'll get there, she's saying. Someday we'll get to that point where we love each other and treat each other with dignity. She's saying somewhere, some way, there's a place for us. I know that there is. So she has hope for mankind in that song, and it's really nice. Okay, so the album artwork I said Back to Broadway. The album artwork for the Broadway album is Barbra Streisand on stage on Broadway. The audience is empty, just a bunch of chairs back there. So she's got all these papers, these musical papers on her. She's in this like office chair. She's dressed like some kind of writer or some kind of director or something like that. Kind of like just a long dress. Um, it looks really nice. It looks very classy, just real classy and just very elegant. And but I love the Broadway album. It's one of my most favorite Barbara albums. Love listening to this as much as I possibly can because it's so beautiful. Anything Barbara does is gonna be fantastically beautiful in all ways, and this is absolutely no exception. This is really impeccable, just top-notch Barbara. As you can expect with anything she ever does, it's like that. And this is great. I loved it so much. I love it to this day. It's awesome. But anyway, thank you so very much for listening to me talk about the Broadway album by Barbra Streisand. And please stay tuned because I'm going to be doing some more album reviews, some more Barbra Streisand album reviews, some more album reviews from other artists as well as music, actual music, and probably some more like filmography reviews where I talk about some people's some actors' filmographies a little bit. But anyway, thank you so very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.